I really, really hope so. Happy New Year, guys. So as you can see here in the short quote we have here, we have some words that maybe you haven't used them yet or maybe are new for you. By the way, and as you know, every day we can start learning something new. Here we have some of the words. So what do you think is the meaning of the word travel?
Problemas.
Exactly, may your travels be less. Sí, que sus problemas sean menores este año. And your blessings be more. Y todas las bendiciones sean muchas, ¿no? Al contrario, sean todo lo opuesto, sean muchísimas bendiciones para ustedes este año. And nothing but happiness comes through your door. Es decir, que solo haya felicidad para ustedes este año. So I hope all the best for you guys. And as you know, we're starting the shorter part of the term. Sí, ya vamos a la parte más cortita del semestre. So we have to work hard. Tenemos que trabajar muy duro para esta última parte. Okay, guys, so we are starting with unit number 10. In this case, we're going to talk about mainly about values. Sí, vamos a hablar en la unidad 10 sobre los valores. In this case, we will be starting with lesson 10A. It means that we're going to talk about a little bit about the second conditional. How is it structured? How is why is this important? How can we use them? We will make some examples and some exercises. And we will also discuss a little bit about some multi-word verbs, which are known also as phrasal verbs. And we will make some exercises as well. So this is the main objective of the class, to learn and to recognize the second conditional and some phrasal verbs. So guys, to begin with, here we have 5 pictures. On the screen, you have 5 pictures. Can you tell me or can you help me matching the pictures with the activities we have on the box? So for example, which picture is driving too fast on the motorway?
Oh, teacher.
Number 2.
So, teacher.
Number 2, exactly. You can barely see what is through the window, right? Sí, con dificultad podemos ver lo que está por la ventana. It means that she is driving too fast. So it's picture number 2. What about parking your car illegally?
The picture number 5.
Exactly, picture number 5. What about taking printer paper from work to use it at home?
Number 1.
Exactly, number 1. And what about taking a towel from a hotel?
Number 4.
Oh,
Exactly, number 4. And the last one we have, illegally downloading a film from the internet.
Number 3.
Number 3. Perfect, guys. So what are these activities? What do you think are these activities? Are these activities good things, bad things, legal things, illegal things? What do you think? ¿A qué se refieren estas actividades?
illegal things.
Illegal activities, that's right. So most of the people used to make these illegal activities even though they know that they are bad, right? Or they are not allowed. La gente es llevada por el mal, ¿no? Saben que está prohibido o que no se debe hacer eso, pues de todas maneras lo hacen, ¿verdad? So, let's begin, guys, with some vocabulary. This time we will be learning a little bit more about illegal activities. So let me erase the drawings so we can move to the next page. Do people in Ecuador do these things? What do you think? La gente en Ecuador hace estas actividades, the ones that we saw on the pictures. What do you think? Josue, what do you think? Do people in Ecuador do these activities?
Yes. Principal, the people do the activity 2 and 5 and 3,
Exactly,
I
yes.
think.
Those are the most common illegal activities according to the pictures, right? They go too fast, they park illegally, and also they download a lot of things from internet. Thank you, Josue. Yes. So do you know any other illegal activities maybe that are not here in the pictures? What other illegal activities do you know? Alison Andrade, help me with that. What other illegal activities do you know? ¿Qué otras actividades que están mal o que son ilegales conocen ustedes? ¿Qué otro tipo de?
I don't know. It could be lie about legal things, like something that it's in the Constitution or something like that.
Okay, maybe lying would be one of the most illegal things that people usually do is to lie about things that maybe are not true, okay?
Teacher,
What
maybe
else?
to smoke in restricted area.
Yes, exactly. Also, people used to smoke in places that are not allowed or maybe in closed spaces. Good. Fumar en espacios cerrados, por ejemplo. What other illegal activities do you know? Let's see. There in English, we have different words to describe different kind of crimes, we can say. Sí, se podrían decir que son considerados incluso crímenes, sí, o actividades ilegales también. Sí. Y en inglés van a cambiar su nombre dependiendo de la gravedad del hecho. ¿Sí? Es decir, en español también tenemos diferentes palabras, pero es muy común utilizar, por ejemplo, la palabra robo para todo, ¿no es cierto? Robo cuando alguien entra a una casa, robo cuando alguien le han sustraído algo sin violencia, robo para cuando le quitan algo a alguien con violencia. So in Spanish, we use the same word for almost everything. But in English, we have different uses for each situation. ¿Sí? En inglés, en cambio, va a ser diferente la palabra para cada situación. We're gonna make another exercise, guys. Vamos a hacer otro ejercicio. Tell me, guys, if you can see the screen. Can you see the screen, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So here we have crimes and criminals. We're going to see some pictures on the screen and you're going to help me choosing which one do you think is the right word according to the picture. ¿Sí? Me van a decir ustedes cuál será la palabra adecuada para cada una de los crímenes o actividades ilegales que vamos a ver en la pantalla. Okay. So let's begin, guys. Let's begin. How would you describe this one? Burglary, hacking, vandalism, theft, shoplifting, or pickpocketing? What do you think it is?
Vandalism.
Vandalism?
What do you think? Are you sure?
Burglary.
What do you think is the difference between these both? ¿Cuál será la diferencia entre estos dos? Vandalismo y burglary.
That the person is covered her head and the crime is in the night.
Okay.
Possible to rob.
The crime is at night, good. But the difference between both, guys, burglary always refers when we are taking away something from a house or a home. So when you are stealing from a home, would be burglary, but vandalism means when you are doing something wrong. For example, when you are painting the streets or when you are maybe taking away some signs from the road or things like that, that would be vandalism. But burglary refers mainly to stealing from homes. Sí, siempre que ustedes quieran referirse a que alguien robó su casa o una casa en específico, vamos a utilizar esta palabrita, burglary. Good. So what about this? How would you describe or which word would you choose for this picture? Is this hacking, maybe vandalism, theft, shoplifting, or pickpocketing? What do you think?
Theft.
Theft, exactly. There's a theft. Sería un robo, ¿no? Es decir, que alguien está sustrayendo algo de algún lugar. Theft, exactly. Not necessary our home. No es necesariamente un robo de casa, ¿no? What about this? What do you think it is? Los carteristas. Say it in English. Somebody already said that. Can you tell me the word again, please?
Pickpocketing.
Pickpocketing, exactly. Así se denomina los carteristas, ¿no? Alguien que toma algo del bolsillo de alguien sin que se dé cuenta, ¿no? Pickpocketing, good. What about this? What do you think it is?
Hacking.
Hacking, exactly. Thank you. And we have two more. What about this? What do you think it is?
A shoplifting.
A shoplifting, exactly. La gente que suele ir a las tiendas a robar cualquier cosa, ¿no? Shoplifting. And the last one we have is, obviously, vandalism. This is like the idea of what we have as a vandalism. ¿Sí? El vandalismo sería básicamente como pintar las paredes, robarse los letreros de tránsito, cosas como esas. Okay, thank you guys. So you did a good job with this one. And I think you're ready to start with the rest of the class. So as you know, let me share with you again the presentation. Okay, so after watching and seeing these illegal activities, guys, we're going to make a short reading and listening exercise, okay? So this time we're going to work with the book. Let me show you. This time is Unit 10, Lesson 10A. Let's begin with the listening, guys. As you saw in the pictures, we were talking about illegal activities. So we're going to make a short reading. Let me show you the reading so everybody can see. And you can help me reading, by the way. If there's any new word, maybe, or a word you don't know on the reading, tell me so we can work on that together. Let me share the book first. We're moving, if you have your book at home, we're gonna work on page 98. Can you see the book, guys?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Help me reading this short paragraph, guys. Me van a ayudar a leer este pequeño párrafo. Illegal downloading is wrong, says the author Philip Pullman. ¿Sí? Descargarse algo de forma ilegal, sí está mal, de acuerdo con el autor Philip Pullman. So guys, can you help me please reading this short paragraph? Help me reading this time. Pame Pineda, help me reading this, please.
Philip Pullman, the author of the famous His Dark Material book series, says in an article that downloading illegally from the internet is like stealing money from someone's pocket. In the article, he writes that it's wrong to steal an artist's work. He says that people who want to enjoy an artist's work should have to buy it first.
Exactly. So here we have this author opinion, right? Downloading illegally from the internet is like stealing from someone's pocket. Sí, él dice que descargarse algo de forma ilegal de internet es como robar, ¿no? It's like to steal money from someone's pocket. Y es como robar dinero del bolsillo de alguien más. So here we have an interesting word. We have pocket. Sí, que se refiere al bolsillo. Okay, so here we have his opinion. Even though we know that using some material from someone else without paying for it is illegal, most of the people used to do that. ¿Sí? A pesar de que sabemos que es ilegal, ¿no? El usar material de otra persona sin citarlo o sin comprarlo, pues mucha gente continúa haciéndolo. Okay, guys, so according to this illegal activity, which is download something from internet, we're going to listen a radio program, and you're going to help me, guys, telling me, or we're going to complete the following information. So we're going to listen to 5 people talking about illegal downloading, and you're going to tell me what would they download if they download something illegally, ¿sí? Es decir, que vamos a escuchar a 5 personas hablar en el programa y ustedes me van a responder, would each speaker download anything illegal? ¿Sí? Cada uno de estos participantes está de acuerdo o se descargaría algo de internet de forma ilegal. Sí, no. ¿Y qué es lo que se descargarían si es que están dispuestos a hacerlo? So, pay attention, guys, so you can help me with the answers, okay? Para que me ayuden con las respuestas. Help me, please, with the answers. So, pay attention, guys, and let me share first the sound so everybody can listen. And there we go. Pay attention, everybody.
Track 3.20. Downloading is in the news again, with the news that more people downloaded the hit show Game of Thrones than actually watched it on TV. We're often told that downloading illegally from the internet is the same as stealing from a shop. But do people really believe this? We asked the people of Camden Town, if you wanted to watch a TV program but it wasn't available in your country, would you download it illegally?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, if the program wasn't available, I'd download it.
What if it was on TV in your country, but not for another month?
Yeah, I would still download it. What's the difference? Downloading doesn't hurt anyone, and no one ever gets into trouble. It would just mean I didn't need to wait a month.
Maybe it depends who made the program. I don't think the big companies that make these TV programs are poor. All the actors are rich enough. But if it was a film made by a small company, it would be a bit different. I'd prefer to pay a company like that because they need the money.
No, I wouldn't. I just watch what's on TV. No need to download things.
And how about a book? Would you download a book?
Well, no. It would be illegal, I think.
But what if it was a book that you knew was in your local library, but you didn't have time to go to the library?
Well, I suppose, if it was in the library. But no, it's illegal. I wouldn't do it.
A TV program? Of course, why not? It's easy. Everyone does it.
And what about music? Would you download an album?
An album? Yeah, maybe. But I'm one of those strange people who still buys CDs. So if I liked the album, I'd buy it afterwards, because I like to own something I can hold in my hands.
And what if it was a charity album? Would you download that?
No, I wouldn't download an album if it was for charity. That wouldn't be right.
I'd have no idea how to download a TV program. But I'd ask my granddaughter to download it for me if I really wanted to see it. Although I'd probably be worried about the police knocking at my door the next day.
Okay, guys. So we heard these 5 people talking about downloading a program, a TV program, right? Sí, hablábamos de, o les preguntaban si se descargarían un programa de televisión si no pudieran verlo en su país. So I'm going to repeat again the record, guys, and I will stop after each speaker so you can help me with the answer, okay? So pay attention one more time.
Track 3.20. Downloading is in the news again, with the news that more people downloaded the hit show Game of Thrones than actually watched it on TV. We're often told that downloading illegally from the internet is the same as stealing from a shop. But do people really believe this? We asked the people of Camden Town, if you wanted to watch a TV programme but it wasn't available in your country, would you download it illegally?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, if the programme wasn't available, I'd download it.
What if it was on TV in your country, but not for another month?
Yeah, I would still download it. What's the difference? Downloading doesn't hurt anyone, and no one ever gets into trouble. It would just mean I didn't need to wait a month.
Okay, guys, so can you help me with the answer of speaker number 1? Would he download something illegally? Yes or no? What do you think? Daniel Bolaños, would the speaker number 1 download something illegally?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, exactly. He would download, right, the program. He says maybe, but anyway, he starts or he ends saying that he will. So what about the speaker number 2? Listen carefully, guys.
Maybe it depends who made the program. I don't think the big companies that make these TV programs are poor. All the actors are rich enough. But if it was a film made by a small company, it would be a bit different. I'd prefer to pay a company like that because they need the money.
No, I wouldn't.
So, speaker number 2, what do they say? ¿Qué nos dice la segunda persona? Would she download something illegally? Yes or no? Or maybe depends. Mateo.
Maybe
Number
it
2.
depends of who made the show.
Okay, it depends. What does she say?
Who made the show?
Exactly, on who made the show, exactly. She was saying that if it's a big company, maybe she would download something, but if it's a small company, she prefers to pay, right? Depends on who made the show, exactly. Let's see what does the speaker number 3 has to say.
I just watch what's on TV. No need to download things.
And how about a book? Would you download a book?
Well, no. It would be illegal, I think.
But what if it was a book that you knew was in your local library, but you didn't have time to go to the library?
Well, I suppose, if it was in the library. But no, it's illegal. I wouldn't do it.
So what about the speaker number 3? Would he download something illegal? Yes or no?
No, teacher.
No, definitely no, yeah. He said that it's something illegal, so he won't do it. Let's listen to speaker number 4.
A TV program? Of course, why not? It's easy. Everyone does it.
And what about music? Would you download an album?
An album? Yeah, maybe. But I'm one of those strange people who still buys CDs. So if I liked the album, I'd buy it afterwards, because I like to own something I can hold in my hands.
And what if it was a charity album? Would you download that?
No, I wouldn't download an album if it was for charity. That wouldn't be right.
Okay, so what about the speaker number 4? Would she download something illegal? Can you repeat again, please? What do you think? Will she download something illegally? Yes, no, or maybe depends.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yes.
But
But
is music she buy the CD?
yes, exactly. So yes, she will download even though she will buy it afterwards. So she will buy it afterwards and de todas maneras ella lo compraría después, ¿no? She said that she is the kind of people who likes to buy things and to hold things on her hands. And also we have something else. She said something about charity work. What happens if the album, if it's for charity? You will still download it or not?
No.
Won't, exactly. She won't download it. If it's charity work, because she said it's wrong, right? Dice que está mal descargarse algo si es algo por un evento de caridad. And let's listen to the last lady talking.
I'd have no idea how to download a TV program, but I'd ask my granddaughter to download it for me if I really wanted to see it. Although I'd probably be worried about the police knocking at my door the next day.
So what does this old lady say? Will she download something? What do you think?
No, no, teacher.
No, right? She can't download anything, but she can ask to her granddaughter to do it for her, right? Como no sabe cómo descargar, es probable que nos dice que le pida a la nieta que le ayude a descargarse el programa, pero va a estar preocupada al día siguiente que la policía esté ahí golpeando su puerta diciéndole que ha hecho algo ilegal, right? So here we have some of the activities and some of the illegal things that people used to make. Okay, guys, so as I told you previously, today we're going to learn a little bit about the second conditional. Here we have some sentences. I'm going to ask you guys to listen again and to help me completing the missing words in the blank spaces of these 5 sentences we have right here, okay? Vamos a escuchar un audio, es decir, estas frases, y me van a ayudar a completar los espacios en blanco. Help me with the missing words. Ayúdenme con las palabras que hacen falta aquí, okay? Pay attention, everybody.
Track 3.21. 1.
If you wanted to watch a TV program, would you download it illegally?
What is the missing word here?
Wanted?
Exactly. If you wanted to watch a TV program, would you download it illegally? Si quisieras ver un programa de televisión, ¿lo descargarías ilegalmente? Good. Let's move to number 2. The program, vamos a ver cuál es la missing word.
2.
If the program wasn't available, I'd download it.
what's the missing word here? If the program wasn't, exactly. If the program wasn't available, exactly. Si el programa no estuviera disponible, lo descargaría. I would download it. Number 3, listen carefully, guys.
3.
If I liked the album, I'd buy it afterwards.
What's the missing word here?
Like it?
Liked, exactly. If I liked the album, I would buy it afterwards. Good. Let's move to number 4.
4.
I wouldn't download an album if it was for charity.
I wouldn't download an album if it
Was?
Exactly, if it was for charity. Good. And the last one we have, I'd ask my granddaughter to download it for me if I really...
5.
I'd ask my granddaughter to download it for me if I really wanted to see it.
What's the missing word over here?
Wanted.
Once again, wanted, exactly. So what can you see over here, guys? What does these yellow words mean? ¿Qué significan estas palabritas que tenemos en amarillo? ¿A qué hace referencia ese apóstrofe y la D?
Al auxiliar would.
Would, exactly. So this is the contraction of would, right? It's the same as to say I would. Perfect. So I would buy, I would download, I would ask. Perfect. So we're going to see what is this second conditional and how can we use it, or in which situations do we use it. First, let me show you and let me go back to the presentation so we can start with some of these conditional things. As you know, in English, we have 4 types of conditionals. Sí, en inglés tenemos 4 tipos de condicionales. This time, or in this case, we will be talking about the second conditional, just the second conditional. ¿Sí? Esta vez nos vamos a enfocar únicamente en el segundo condicional. So, let's see when do we use it and how do we use the second conditional. The second conditional, it's going to be mainly when we want to talk about the facts that are very unlikely to happen. They are very unlikely to happen, mainly in the future. So we're talking about things that are unreal, could be, or that have a very tiny possibility to happen. ¿Sí? Es decir, que el segundo condicional lo vamos a utilizar principalmente cuando hablamos de cosas o hechos o sucesos que son muy poco probables de que sucedan. Tienen muy poca probabilidad de suceder. Okay? So, as you can see here, we have 2 examples, right? If I had money, I would travel more. Si tuviera dinero, viajaría más. Pero es algo muy poco probable de que suceda en este momento, ¿verdad? If I ask Susan out, would she accept? ¿Sí? Si yo le pediría salir a Susan, dice aquí, ¿aceptaría ella salir conmigo? ya está soñando, ¿no? Tal vez esta Susan es por ahí una estrella de cine, una Scarlett Johansson. Y es algo muy poco probable de que suceda, ¿verdad? So, this is when we're going to use the second conditional. Y en estos casos ocupamos el segundo condicional. Cuando son situaciones imaginarias o hechos muy poco probables de que suceda. Let's continue, guys. So, as you can see here also, when we talk about conditionals, you need to have two clauses. ¿Sí? Para formar un condicional, ustedes saben que está formado o está compuesto de dos cláusulas o de dos oraciones cortitas. La primera parte que sería la condición o la if clause y la segunda parte que es la consecuencia o el resultado. So this is mainly what we have in a conditional. So let me show you. Here we have also this structure. Sí, como yo les decía, un condicional siempre está compuesto de dos partes. ¿Sí? La primera parte, que sería la parte de la condición, y la segunda parte, que sería la parte del resultado. En este caso tenemos incluso cómo sería o cómo estaría estructurado este second conditional. So, as I was telling you guys, the first part is going to be called the if clause. ¿Sí? Es decir, la oración en la que ustedes vean que inicia con la partícula if se refiere a la partícula o a la parte de la oración que es la condición. Este es un sí condicional, es decir, si sucede esto, habrá un resultado, ¿no? Es decir, que la primera parte en un condicional debe llevar, o la if clause debe llevar este sí condicional, ¿no? Seguido, desde luego, de un sujeto, y algo que es muy, muy importante aquí es que vamos a utilizar el simple past. ¿Sí? En esta parte, es decir, pongan mucha atención, en la parte de la oración que tengan el if, van a utilizar el verbo en pasado simple. Por eso nosotros teníamos if I wanted, ¿no es cierto? En algunas oraciones de las que escuchamos, en la parte de la if clause, if y el pasado simple, ¿no? Y el resto de la oración, es decir, la consecuencia, va a estar seguida siempre de esta partícula would, ¿no? El sujeto nuevamente, más el would, ya sea la palabra completa o la contracción, como acabamos de ver en las últimas oraciones, más un verbo, ¿sí? En infinitivo, ¿sí? Es decir, en su forma original. El verbo directamente sin la partícula to. Es decir, por ejemplo, decíamos I would buy, I would ask, ¿no? Y esta es la que nosotros conocemos como la main clause. Esta main clause sería la oración que nos está dando la consecuencia o el resultado. ¿Sí? Es decir, here we have, look at this, we have different examples. Aquí tenemos varios ejemplos, ¿no? If I were invisible for one day, I could play tricks on my friends. ¿Sí? Aquí tenemos el segundo condicional también con could, que es una posibilidad. Podrían utilizar could o would, pero lo más común es el uso del would en un second conditional. ¿Sí? Miren, aquí tenemos if I were invisible for one day, I could play tricks on my friends. Si yo fuese invisible por un día, les jugaría bromas a mis amigos, ¿verdad? Can you tell me, guys? Leandro, tell me. Which part would be the if clause? En esta oración, ¿cuál sería la if clause?
En one, teacher.
En esta oración que tenemos aquí.
Yes. If I were invisible for one day.
Exactly. Up to this point. Hasta esta parte tendríamos la if clause, ¿verdad? Es decir, la condición. Y vemos que se cumple. Aquí tenemos la palabra o la partícula if, que es la condición, y tenemos un pasado simple, ¿no? If, el sujeto, y un pasado simple. If I were. If I were invisible for one day. Si fuese invisible por un día. Y el resultado, ¿no es cierto? La main clause ya sería lo demás. I could play tricks on my friends. Les jugaría bromas a mis amigos, ¿verdad? So, keep in mind these, guys. The most important thing in a second conditional is that you use in the if clause the verb in past simple, and the main clause would be with the auxiliary or the modal verb would plus the verb in an infinitive way. So remember that you can switch places, ¿sí? Es decir que nosotros podemos cambiar de lugares en un condicional sin alterar el significado de la oración. Es decir que primero podríamos ocupar la main clause y después la if clause. ¿Sí? No cambiamos o el orden, al cambiar el orden no alteramos pues el significado de la oración. Here we have the example. Look at this. If I ate less, I would lose weight. Si comiera menos, perdería de peso. Podríamos cambiar el orden y miren, aquí tendríamos I would lose weight if I ate less. ¿Sí? Yo perdería peso si comiera menos. Okay? So, don't forget that if you switch places, ¿sí? No se olviden que si cambiamos de lugar, es decir, si empezamos con el would, con una main clause, no vamos a utilizar una coma en medio de la oración. ¿Sí? Esa es la única peculiaridad en cuanto al cambio de lugar en el second conditional. Si empezamos con if, sí vamos a necesitar por ahí utilizar la coma para separar ambas cláusulas, la condición y la consecuencia. Pero si empezamos con la consecuencia, no necesitamos utilizar coma. Okay? So be careful with this specific part of the second conditional. So don't forget, the second conditional is always going to be used for imaginary situations or things that are unlikely to happen. Sí, es decir que este segundo condicional siempre lo vamos a utilizar cuando hablemos de cosas imaginarias, ¿no? Here we have, for situations where the speaker considers are very unlikely to happen in the future. ¿Sí? Con situaciones que son muy difíciles de que sucedan en el futuro. For example, here we have, if I became president, I would change many things. Si yo fuese presidente, cambiaría muchas cosas, ¿no es cierto? If I saw Madonna, I would scream. Si yo viera a Madonna, gritaría, ¿no? Estamos hablando de situaciones poco probables de que suceda. Here we have for situations that are not true in the current time. ¿Sí? Para situaciones que no son reales o no son ciertas al momento que estamos hablando. Here we have, look at this. If I had more time, I would take up a sport. Sí, si tuviese más tiempo, empezaría a hacer algún deporte. Right? Another possible use of this second conditional is when you want to give an advice to someone else using the expression if I were you. ¿Sí? En el segundo condicional es muy común el uso de esta frase, if I were you, para dar consejos. ¿Sí? Si yo fuese tú. ¿Sí? Lo utilizamos principalmente cuando alguien nos está preguntando nuestra opinión o vamos a dar el consejo a alguien, ¿no? If I were you, I would say yes. Si yo fuera tú, yo diría que sí. Or if I were you, I wouldn't invite her. Y si yo fuera tú, yo no la invitaría. Okay, but remember that we always keep the structure. Sí, recuerden que siempre se mantiene la estructura. Sí, en este caso tenemos la cláusula if, el sujeto, un verbo en pasado, y para la main clause tenemos el would y un verbo en su forma original. ¿Sí? Mucho ojo con la estructura del second conditional. Don't forget the structure. Okay, so we're going to make some small exercises in case hope for you to help me with the answers, okay? So here we have some sentences. Some of them are with start with the main clause and some others we have just the if clause. Sí, en algunas, por ejemplo, en la primera tenemos ya la parte de la if clause, ¿no es cierto? If I had longer summer holidays, sí, si tuviera más feriados de verano, I would travel more. Sí, la consecuencia sería que yo viajaría más, ¿verdad? Vamos a la segunda. If John did more exercise, si John hiciera más ejercicio, ¿qué creen que pasaría? ¿Cuál sería la consecuencia? What do you think? What would be the consequence?
It will have a healthy.
He would.
Eso es.
You tell me healthy, right? ¿Qué le hace falta ahí? Nos hace falta el verbo. He would.
What? No, where?
¿Cómo iba el verbo después del would?
Verb infinitive.
Infinitive, right? Iría en su forma original. En infinitivo. Es decir, ¿cómo sería? En este caso no sería where. Oops, so sorry guys. No sería where. ¿Cómo sería entonces?
Was.
Tampoco sería was.
Be.
Es del pasado.
Be.
Be, exacto, es la forma original o es el presente, ¿verdad? He would be. Él estaría saludable. He would be healthy, right? If John did more exercise, he would be healthy. Es decir, que el pasado va solo en la primera parte, en la parte de la if clause. En la segunda parte, el verbo iría en presente, ¿ok? He would be healthy. What about number 3? If Mrs. Smith spoke Chinese, si la señora Smith hablase chino, what would be the result?
Sería she could be Chinese teacher.
She could be good a Chinese teacher, for example. Si ella pudiese hablar chino, ella podría ser una profesora de chino. Okay, she could be a Chinese teacher. Excellent. If I won $1 million, ¿cuál sería la consecuencia si ustedes ganaran $1 millón? What would you do? If I won $1 million. Me dicen, chicos, ¿qué harían si se ganarían $1 millón? Odalis Ortiz, what would you do if you won $1 million?
I could help people.
Good, I would help people, exactly. What about you? Let me see. Catherine Montaño, what would you do if you won $1 million? Vamos a ver otra respuesta.
I would be buy a car.
I would buy a car, exactly. I would buy a car. Perfect, girls. Thank you. Muy bien, aquí ya tenemos las respuestas, ¿no es cierto? Aquí tenemos un par de respuestas. Let's move to number 5. En la número 5 tenemos en cambio la consecuencia. ¿Cuál será la condición? You could live for 150 years. ¿Cuál será la condición en este caso? Si la consecuencia o el resultado nos dice tú podrías vivir 150 años. What do you think is the if?
Sería if I practice sports 3 days, you can live for 100 days.
Okay, if you practice sports, nos decía Anthony, I think. If you practiced sports, you could live for 150 years. Sí, si practicaras deporte, ¿no es cierto? Si hicieras deporte, podrías vivir 150 años. Good. What about number 6? ¿Cuál sería la condición en la número 6? I may look for a new job. Sí, yo buscaría un nuevo trabajo. What do you think?
Maybe if I were you.
Good. If I were you, good. Justo lo que decíamos, ¿no? Cuando dábamos ese consejo, si yo fuese tú, buscaría otro trabajo, ¿no es cierto? If I were you, I would look for a new job, or I may look for a new job. Good. Thank you, guys. So here we had some of the exercises of the second conditional. Up to this point, guys, do you have maybe any doubt or question about how to make a second conditional? ¿Dudas o preguntas sobre cómo hacer el segundo condicional? No questions? Okay, guys, if there are no questions, let me move to the next part. As I told you previously at the beginning of the class, here we also have some phrasal verbs. We're going to learn about these multi-word verbs or phrasal verbs, which are verbs that are compound. Sí, estos phrasal verbs or multi-word verbs son verbos que son o están compuestos por una partícula adicional. Puede ser una preposición, ¿sí? Que va a ir junto a este verbo y que modifica el significado. For example, here we have the verb look. Sí, en este ejemplo tenemos she is looking after the children. ¿Sí? Tenemos el verbo look que cuando está solo significa mirar, pero en este caso está acompañado de la preposición after. ¿Sí? Y cuando tenemos los verbos frasales, ¿sí? Son verbos que generalmente están compuestos por una partícula adicional, ya sea una preposición, como en este caso after. Y modifican el significado. En este caso ya no es mirar, sino cuidar, ¿verdad? So she's looking after the children. Ella está cuidando a los niños. We're going to see some other phrasal verbs that are going to be used. And you're going to help me with the following exercises, okay? So here we have different phrasal verbs. Before we move to this, I think we're going to make the ones from the book, so it's going to be easier for you. Sí, vamos a hacer primero estos phrasal verbs que tenemos aquí en el libro. Maybe it's going to be easier. Sí, de esta manera tal vez va a ser un poco más fácil para ustedes ver la diferencia de los phrasal verbs. Okay, so here we have some drawings. You're going to see some drawings and some phrases. What's happening in each picture below, guys? Choose the best thing to do next from the two phrases. ¿Qué harían ustedes o cuál sería la mejor opción para hacer en estas situaciones? Here we have a specific situation, right? En la primera tenemos una situación muy específica. Vemos un carro. We can see a car and it's crashed with something else. So what would you do? You will carry on driving or you would stop and look at the damage. ¿Cuál de las dos acciones harían ustedes?
Stop and look at the damage.
Stop and look at the damage, right? Se pararían y verían cuál fue el daño que pasó en el carro, ¿no? Y aquí tenemos, miren, un phrasal verb. ¿Cuál es la otra opción? Carry on driving. ¿Cuál creen que sea la otra opción?
Seguir conduciendo.
Seguir conduciendo, ¿verdad? Continuar conduciendo. So here you have the meaning of this phrasal verb. Sí, tenemos el significado ya de la palabra carry on. Carry on significa continuar, seguir. ¿Ok? No tiene nada que ver con el verbo carry, que solito significa cargar, ¿verdad? So carry on would be continuar. En este caso, continuar conduciendo. ¿Ok? So let's move to the next. Vamos a la siguiente opción. Let me move. Here we have look after a lost cat or don't do anything. What would you do? in this situation? Would you look after the lost cat or you won't do anything? What do you think?
Look after a lost cat.
Look after a lost cat, ¿verdad? Cuidar del gatito perdido. Sí, teníamos dos opciones, cuidar del gatito perdido o no hacer nada. Don't forget, look after would mean cuidar. No, en este caso, el verbo look after significa cuidar. Then we have another situation. Look at this. This guy has just found some money, ¿verdad? Aquí le tenemos a Sebas, que se acaba de encontrar un fajo de dinero. What would you do in this situation? Hand in the lost money to the police station or you look for the person who dropped it? What's the meaning of what do you think is the meaning of hand in? ¿Qué creen que significa en este caso esta palabrita, este verbo fresal? Hand in.
Entregar.
Entregar, ¿verdad? ¿Entregarían el dinero a la policía o buscarían a la persona que lo perdió? What would you do? ¿Qué harían, chicos? Ninguna de las dos. Se quedan con la plata.
Yes, teacher. See, no. In my opinion, look for the person who dropped it.
Okay, look for the person who dropped it. Good. Thank you. So here we have 3 phrasal verbs up to now. Ya tenemos 3 verbos frasales hasta ahorita. Carry on, look after, and hand in. ¿Verdad? 3 diferentes. Let's see the next one. Vamos a ver el último que tenemos por aquí. Can you finish this tonight? Miren, aquí tenemos una persona que ya tenía una cita a las 7. Y el jefe que le pide que se quede trabajando esa noche, ¿no? What would you do? Put off your arrangements or say no? ¿Qué será?
Say no.
Say no, exactly. 1, put off your arrangements. Put off would be cancelar. ¿Sí? Cancelar las citas o cualquier otro. So up to this point, we have 4 different phrasal verbs. Tenemos 4 phrasal verbs diferentes. Carry on, put off, look after, and hand in, ¿verdad? So here we have, guys, it's going to be easier for you to help me with the corresponding phrasal verb to this meaning. Sí, se les va a hacer facilito ayudarme con el phrasal verb correcto para estos significados. Help me with the first one. Take care of something or someone. ¿Cuál de los phrasal verbs corresponde a este significado? Take care of something or someone. Lisette.
Yes, teacher. Maybe
Look after.
Look after, exactly. Look after means to take care of someone or something, right? Look after significaba cuidar, ¿no? De algo o de alguien. Good. What about number 2? Decide on arrange to do something at a later time. What do you think would be? ¿Cuál de esos phrasal verbs que vimos significará decidir o arreglar, hacer algo luego? What do you think?
Put off.
Put off, exactly. Estamos posponiendo algo, ¿no es cierto? Cancelando algo. We have put off, right, good. En este caso sería posponer, ¿no es cierto? Algo para hacerlo después. Put off, good. What about continue doing something?
Carry on.
Carry on, ¿no es cierto? Continuar. Carry on. And the last one we have give something to someone in a position of authority. Nos hace falta un phrasal verb. ¿Cómo?
Hand in.
Exactly, hand in. Entregar. Very good, hand in. Excellent, guys. So here we have the different phrasal verbs we have over here. Sí, tenemos varios verbos frasales. En este caso, bueno, en este caso hemos visto solo 4. We have some others. There are a lot of different phrasal verbs. Hay un montón de verbos frasales. In the book, you have just these 4 at the beginning, and in the back of your book, you have some others. Sí, tenemos también en el libro otros phrasal verbs que puede ser que le salgan en su exam, en su final exam. So here we have some other phrasal verb, guys. Can you see the screen? Okay, so we're gonna make the same as we just did. Sí, vamos a hacer exactamente lo que acabamos de hacer. Es decir, vamos a tratar de unir el verbo frasal con el significado que le corresponde. Here we have, for example, a box with different, I think, 10 different phrasal verbs. Tenemos 10 verbos frasales diferentes y ustedes me van a ayudar con el significado. ¿Sí? I asked him to be quiet, but he just continued talking. ¿Qué utilizarían ustedes? ¿Cuál sería el phrasal verb que utilizarían para describir continue? Continuó hablando.
Carry on.
Carried on, exactly. But he just carried on talking. Very good. Let me write it over here. Good, but he carried on talking. Y él continuó hablando, ¿no es cierto? Let's see the next one. It was really sunny day and he really wanted an ice cream. ¿Sí? ¿Qué utilizarían ustedes en lugar de querer? Passed on, put off, look after, hand in. I'm so sorry. Which one would you use? ¿Qué phrasal verb ocuparía en este caso? Ya ocupamos carried on.
Maybe felt like.
Exactly, feel like. It was a really sunny day and he really felt like an ice cream. Good. Cuando uno quiere algo, también podría utilizar el phrasal verb feel like. See, in this case, he really felt like an ice cream. Good. Let's continue with the next number 3. He came to my house to ask for some advice. ¿Qué phrasal verb podríamos ocupar en lugar de come to my house?
Come round, teacher.
Exactly. Come around. Perfect. So she came around to ask for some advice. Good. This is the phrasal verb for this situation. Excellent. So let me just cross it. Let's move to number 4. I took care of my friend's cat while he was on holiday. What would you use? What's the phrasal verb for take care? ¿Qué phrasal verb nos permitía hablar de cuidar?
Looked after.
Exactly, looked after. Perfect, guys. So look after. And then we have number 5. He used to go out with, they used to go out with each other, but they ended their relationship. ¿Cómo dicen que terminaron con alguien? ¿Qué phrasal verb ocuparía?
Broke up.
Broke up. Very good. They broke up. Good. What would you use instead of said no to? He said no to the invitation because he had too much work. ¿Qué phrasal verb ocuparían en este caso? Ya vamos, broke up.
Maybe turn it down.
Okay, could be. He turned down, good, turned down. Él rechazó, ¿no? Dijo que no, sería en este caso. No la invitación, él rechazó la invitación porque tenía mucho trabajo. He turned down the invitation. Good. Let's move to number 7. How would it be? Which one would you use in this case? The game looked like fun, so I did it with them. Sí, el juego se veía divertido. Entonces, yo también jugué con ellos. ¿Cómo sería? O me
Join
ellos.
in.
Exactly, join in. Cuando uno se une a hacer algo más con alguien, ¿no? Join in. Good. We have just 3 left, guys. Nos quedan nada más 3. Help me with number 8. They delayed the meeting because Bob was ill.
Based on.
Acabamos de aprender ese hace ratito nada más. retrasar o posponer, ¿cómo decíamos?
Put
Put off, exactly, put off. Good. Let's move to number 9. We have, I took the keys I found to the receptionist. Sí, le entregué las llaves que encontré a la recepcionista. ¿Cómo decíamos entregar? Handed in, good. So I handed in the keys I found to the receptionist. And the last one. Le dije o le di el mensaje, ¿cómo sería?
se on
Passed
transmitió.
on. Exactly, passed on. So he passed on the message as soon as he saw her. ¿Sí? Le dio el mensaje tan pronto como la vio. Good. So here we have the different phrasal verbs you can maybe find on the Cambridge platform as well. So be careful with this. Sí, es probable que ustedes también se encuentren con estos phrasal verbs en la plataforma de Cambridge mientras están avanzando. Okay, guys. So, as you can see here, you have also the meanings of these phrasal verbs. Be careful with them because you can use them instead or to avoid repetition. Sí, podemos ocupar estos phrasal verbs, sobre todo cuando queremos evitar la repetición. Y no decir o no ocupar la misma palabra varias veces. Okay, guys, so let me share with you what we are going to do today as classwork. Let me share with you your classwork.